During the Great Depression of 2026, both the new government and the public are so desperate for money that the California Grand Lottery is launched. The rule is simple but deadly. If someone kills the winner before sundown, they legally inherit the jackpot. The only restriction is no bullets are allowed. In LA, 2030, Shay has just won the lottery, and now he's running for his life from a massive crowd eager to claim the prize. She doesn't hesitate to fight, quickly bringing down his pursuers before escaping by leaping over a fence. He breaks into a nearby house through a window, finding an elderly woman inside. Without hesitating, he grabs her phone and destroys it to prevent her from calling anyone. He glances outside and sees a drone hovering, tracking his every move. Taking a quick breath, he notices the grandmother reaching into her purse. She suddenly pulls out a Grand Lottery bolt gun and kills him on the spot. Afterward, she tears her ticket, summoning the lottery team, who breaks down the door and confirms the winner's death. They present her with a giant check for $22 million, and she appears on TV celebrating her victory. A month later, Katie arrives in LA with dreams of restarting her acting career. On the bus, she clutches a tiny Oscar keychain from her purse, clearly a cherished memento. She notices a little girl sitting nearby and makes funny faces to entertain her. The child's father, however, is on the phone, speaking rudely to his daughter. Katie moves closer and, pretending to be a cop, warns him that if he doesn't treat his daughter better, she'll call social services. The man's attitude shifts, and he starts being kinder. An old lady on the bus approaches to thank Katie, but when she leaves, Katie realizes her watch is missing. As Katie looks around, she spots a billboard for the Louis Protection Agency and wishes she had bodyguards like that. Riding through the tense, violent city streets, she notices how grim everyone appears. Meanwhile, news channels buzz about the next lottery drawing, set to happen in 18 hours, with a record-breaking jackpot of $3.6 billion. At home, a man named Noel prepares his weapons for the potential new winner, humming the Ninja Turtle theme song. Katie finally arrives at the room she rented online, only to find her new roommate, Shadi, lied about the state of the place. It's a complete mess. Shadi herself is quite annoying, with tasteless jokes, random pictures of herself stuck in Katie's room, and a boyfriend named DJ, who finds it funny to slap Katie as a prank while giving her the house keys. The next morning, a bodyguard named Nozad appears on TV, offering his services to whoever wins the lottery. Katie wakes up to find the upstairs bathroom leaking into her room, soaking her clothes. Frustrated, she calls Shadi to complain, but Shadi's only solution is to rent Katie her own clothes. With no other choice, Katie dips into her savings for an awful outfit and catches a cab. The driver makes rude comments, gossiping about celebrities and mentioning that Machine Gun Kelly now has his own bunker. When she finally arrives at the audition venue, an employee charges her $400 just to participate. She steps in front of the judges and introduces herself, explaining how she appeared in numerous TV ads as a kid but had to pause her career to take care of her sick mom. Reaching into her purse for her monologue notes, she accidentally touches a lottery ticket she unknowingly grabbed from Shadi. The ticket registers her thumbprint, and her photo is automatically taken, officially making her a player. Startled, Katie quickly shoves the ticket back into her purse and tries to continue her audition, but the casting directors immediately dislike her and dismiss her. In the hallway, the other actresses try to offer supportive words, but then their lottery tickets all activate, displaying Katie's face as the new winner. Instantly, their attitudes change and they attack her with anything they can grab, some wielding knives. Even the staff joins in the frenzy. Katie defends herself, relying on skills from her stage fighting classes, dodging a flying shoe and rushing down the stairs, still confused about what's happening. On the next floor, she ducks into a room, only to realize she stumbled into a self-defense class. Everyone there immediately targets her. Referring to her as my jackpot, she tries to ask what's happening, but they ignore her, attacking mercilessly. As people begin to turn on each other, Katie is grabbed by her ankles and swung around, only to be thrown through a wall, landing in a yoga class where more people prepare to kill her. The self-defense group even spills over, and soon blood begins to spill in the chaos. Katie finds herself on the verge of defeat when Noel suddenly crashes through the ceiling, rescuing her by throwing her assailant across the room. Noel tells her she gets 5 free saves from him, after which his services will cost 10% of the prize money. Katie, desperate, signs his contract as Noel begins to fight back, using her as a weapon to knock out attackers, even tying her to his back to keep her safe. He takes out a belt and uses it like a whip to fend off opponents. Once the chaos dies down, Katie frees herself and snatches Noel's paralysis dart gun. He quickly reclaims it, carefully positioning the unconscious body so they won't choke. Noel explains that a lottery drone, already outside, posts the winner's location every 14 minutes, so they need to move. As they dash out of the building, Noel warns that players aren't allowed to kill each other, so people nearby will only come after Katie. Just as he says this, a person from a food truck throws a knife at her, and Null quickly helps her dodge it. They rush into his car, and alerts about Katie's location spread to everyone in the area. An ice cream truck even abandons its young customers to join the chase, and the woman from the bus reappears, this time holding a grand lottery bolt gun. While driving, Null explains the lottery rules. Surprised, Katie isn't familiar with them. She tells him that she and her mom avoided the news, finding it too depressing, and watched only movies and baking shows. But the conversation is cut short as people on bikes and ATVs begin chasing them. Null hands Katie a helmet, and a Molotov cocktail lands on the roof of the car, igniting it. Unfazed, Null speeds into an abandoned warehouse where the wind helps put out the flames. Katie asks where Shadi is, which makes Shadi realize that she too is playing. At that moment, a statue welcomes Katie to the museum, giving away her location. Shadi and DJ attempt to enter the museum, but the guard reminds them they're banned because they once got caught doing something inappropriate with a statue. Shadi punches him out, and the couple rushes inside. Katie hears them enter and hides behind a statue. When she tries to sneak out, they spot her. DJ immediately pushes her on top of a desk, and Katie grabs her purse, swinging it at Shadi's head before tossing sand from her purse into DJ's face to get him off her. The couple teams up to fight Katie, who defends herself with a statue staff. When she finds an opening, she tries to run, but Shadi kicks her back, causing her to lose the staff. In the next room, Shadi and DJ start beating Katie with the two halves of the staff. Katie retaliates by throwing statues at them, thinking it's chair memorabilia, only to realize it's actually statues of the Kardashians. The fight continues into the horror room, where they grab any prop available to attack each other. After a struggle with movie costumes and weapon props, Katie manages to escape, but Shadi throws an axe at her. Fortunately, it's a fake prop axe, so it doesn't hurt her. Katie quickly presses a button to bring down the shutter but remembers NL's lesson on compassion. She repositions the guard's unconscious body to ensure he doesn't choke, then rolls out of the museum just as the shutter closes, leaving Shadi and DJ trapped inside. Outside, a tour bus guide immediately spots her and announces her location on a microphone. Before the attackers can reach her, NL appears in a police car and takes her away. Katie is still wary of NL because she knows if she quits, he won't get paid, so she fears he might kill her privately. The tour bus keeps ramming into the back of their car, and NL wishes they had a safer vehicle. Katie then remembers the taxi driver they met earlier. Soon, the duo shows up at Machine Gun Kelly's house. When Katie asks for help, he misinterprets it as something romantic. Just then, the bus appears outside, and Katie grabs NL's dart gun, forcing Kelly to open his panic room. Katie and NL rush inside and use a dart to put Kelly to sleep before trying to close the door. A crowd gathers outside, and an arm tries to block the door from closing. Thinking NL is about to shoot her, Katie grabs the gun and shoots a dart at the arm, forcing it to retreat so they can finally close the door. The panic room is fully equipped, and they watch the crowd on the security camera. Katie, still distrustful, keeps the dart gun aimed at NL. He sits by her side and shares sweet facts about himself to prove he's a good guy. Suddenly, Katie's keychain falls from her pocket, catching NL's eye. When he says it looks cool, Katie opens up and shares that she chose to become an actress for her mother, who loved movies and celebrities. Her mom had known Hollywood could be hell and gifted Katie the keychain to remind her that she would be proud of her no matter what. Katie explains that she made good money as a child actor, but her dad ran away with it all. NL listens with understanding and compassion, which comforts Katie enough to hand the dart gun back to him. She then asks him why he would want to help her. As he explains his priorities, he lays out 2 points: first, saving people's lives, and second, making enough money to keep on saving lives. Outside, the crowd continues to pound on the door without success. Shadi slaps Kelly, trying to wake him up, but it doesn't work. Frustrated, he drags him to the pool, threatening him until Kelly finally shares the door password, which surprisingly is the meme number 6969. Katie and Null witness this, and Null grows angry. With no other choice, he makes a call to request a favor. Initiating something called a phone strike, he then rushes to put Katie's phone in a safe. The two of them hold the door while Shadi enters the password. Suddenly, the crowd freezes as all their phones begin ringing with an Amber Alert. But it's a trap. Their phones start exploding, causing severe burns as body parts get scorched. As the crowd deals with their burns, Katie and Null seize the moment to escape. Along the way, Null stops to put out the flames on someone's groin. Outside, guards with damage-proof vehicles and rubber bullet guns wait. They're there for Katie but are forced to bring Null along when she insists. During the car ride, Katie asks if Null works with these people. He admits that he used to, but now he's a freelancer. They arrive at headquarters, where Katie meets Lewis, discovering this is his security company. She isn't impressed with Lewis, who continually mocks Null, and demands to be taken out of the city. Instead, Lewis gives her a new phone, pointing out that she's in the safest building in the country, and flaunts the grenades in his pocket. With only 4 game hours left, Lewis gives them a tour, showing off a wall with the names of winners they've protected. However, the names are anonymous, and clients have been scarce lately. Lewis explains their 30% fee, and Katie signs the contract, ensuring Null gets a portion of the money. Later, security cameras show a crowd gathering outside, prompting Lewis to move Katie to a hidden